Hello, welcome to a little feature on the Tabletop Simulator module for Star Wars Armada. Tabletop Simulator is obviously by Berserk Games, and this module for Armada is by, well, I think that's pronounced Valadian, but I could be wrong. There'll be a link to this in the description below. So I'm just going to go over a few things about the module, a few things about more general gameplay about Armada in this intro section, and then proper demonstration, which is a full game I played against a friend of mine following this. So, first thing that this module does over the physical game that's somewhat useful, you have infinitely spawning cards, so everyone doesn't need to have their own set of everything. You can have much more variety in the way of duplication. You can assign your own card to each model, don't have to source off the same one, etc. Makes things a lot more simpler. Now, there's some key things to note. Now, I've got out here an example of kind of cards you can have. You've got your capital ship here, an ISD-2. You zoom in with Alt. You've got a TIE Bomber Squadron, a Elite Bomber Squadron, and then a Hero Bomber Squadron. This is sort of standard, but not completely for everything. For example, you can see here TIE Bombers. You've got standard TIE Bomber Squadron, you can have as many of these you like. Elite Squadron, you can only have one of. Hero, you can only have one of. And you can see the differences in them. For example, you'll notice the Hero, he gets an extra blue dice in anti-fighter, and he has defensive tokens. The Elite Squadron is not penalised by the heavy rule. The Hero also, as you can see if you can just read that text, gets that ability. So, friendly squadrons at distance 1 can attack enemy ships at close to medium range using all dice in their battery armament. So he's very good to have grouped up with other bomber squadrons, for example. Now the ISD-2. This, in terms of firepower, is the best medium long range ship the Empire has. This is because of the way dice work. I will now pull out the ISD-1 to show you. This is a useful feature of Tabletop Sim. You can do this. And you'll notice there's scripting on this card, which is part of the module, which I'm going to demonstrate shortly. But you might be thinking, why doesn't it script on this? Well, I turned it off, I clicked the done button, but should I accidentally do that, I can do this. Here's the deck of ships. IC2 back in. Voila! You now have your scripting back. Same applies to the fighters. And now I can spawn bomber squadrons again. Now, you'll notice the ISD-1 has 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 forward dice, as does the ISD-2. Same for the sides, 4 and 4. Same for the rear. The rears are identical. The front and sides, however, are different. You'll notice where we've got 4 red, 4 blue on the ISD-2, you have 3 red, 3 black, 2 blue on the ISD-1. The difference in this is, as I will show you later on, basically ranges. You have red dice are long range, blue dice are medium range, black dice are close range. So at long range this only has 3 dice, at medium range it has 5, at close range it has 8. Whereas this one has 4 at long range, 8 at medium and 8 at close. The way things work out, I've been noticing that that is actually a better combination to have, because although the effective damage output is slightly lower because of the way the dice are labelled up, which I'll be showing you shortly, with certain upgrades and so on, and the fact you can engage from longer range, which means it's harder for the enemy ships to avoid sections of your damage, that does work out better. Now, I just want to go on to the rebels over here before I go back to spawning and things. You've got an MC-80 command cruiser. Now, the rebels, unlike the Empire, have 2 distinct types of MC-80. Whereas the Empire, obviously, I only have those 2 ISDs. I think, in fact, actually, let me just double check, because I might have gone completely mad. Where was the Victory? Yeah, no, it does apply to the Victory, as you can see, same issue as the ISDs, they're just a smaller version. The Rebels, however, have a difference. MC-80, no black dice, apart from its anti-fighter armament up there. Slower, the command cruiser. Right, if I go into here, you'll notice there are 4 types of MC-80. You have the battle cruiser, the assault cruiser, and the Star Cruiser when I find it. You'll notice, first thing, these are all blue and red dice, no blacks at all. Which is why two of them only have speed 2 versus the Imperial Star Destroyers having speed 3. However, the shields on these are better. Now the Assault Cruiser, you'll notice, has 4 red, 2 blue on each side for 6. Same overall number of dice, but it's got 1 more red in place of blue than the Command Cruiser. The Battle Cruiser and the Star Cruiser, you'll notice, they have 7 forward dice. Again, swapping red and blues between them, one for closer in engagement and so on. Also notice the upgrades at the bottom, which is the next thing I want to talk about. Unfortunately, some of these can be a bit blurred. Fortunately, the MC-80s are better at this, but you'll notice the Star Cruiser and the Battle Cruiser, they have no defensive upgrade slot. They trade that for a second turbo laser upgrade. The Assault Cruiser, meanwhile, trades out its... What does it trade out? Oh yeah, it trades out the gunnery team present on the Battle Cruiser and the Star Cruiser for a second defensive upgrade slot. And the Command Cruiser trades it out for this upgrade here, that is third in from the left, which I will have to check the name of again because I've completely forgotten. This is going very well so far. Oh, it's not that one, where was it? Yeah, the one that's why, because for some reason this isn't named, this upgrade slot, but it's got things like this: boosted comms, expanded hangar bays, tractor beams, rapid launch bays, quad turbo lasers, point defense, disposal capacitors, which you can't use on Command Cruiser because it's a large ship. But yeah, as you can see, the upgrades between an ISD, you trade one of those for a defense upgrade on the ISD2 versus the ISD1, much more unified. Now, I've been experimenting with loadouts, and I found that because of the way the Rebels work, it's actually possible to give an MC-80 Command Cruiser or an MC-80 Assault Cruiser a greater firepower output on its broadsides than you can give an ISD2 on its forward guns at any range. It seems a bit unorthodox. The Rebels were always meant to be stronger in fighters, weaker in capital ships. Again, that's not something directly to do with module, that's more a game balancing issue, but you see my point, that shouldn't really be how it works. And then there's the opposite problem with squadrons. You know, for example, TIE bombers, and I forgot to pull out the bloody Y-wings for this comparison. Let me just find the Y-wings. There they are. So TIE bombers, for example, they cost 9 points per squadron. You could effectively have 11 of them in a full game, but you're limited to 100 points, 1/3 of 300 point total. Y-wings, they cost 10 points. You can have 10 of them, one less. Now you'll notice they have one more hull point, and they get 2 blue anti-fighter. They are slower though. Now the problem, black as anti-fighter weapon is better. It just is. I'm sorry, but the way the dice are laid out, black is better as an anti-fighter weapon unless you're engaging hero squadrons. Because the accuracy tokens are blue dice. Give me a second. That's why I wanted to show you the comparison. So, if I set these both to 1, basically, when engaging fighters, damage tokens, unless there's special ability stating otherwise, are the only thing that matter. And you'll notice that you have 6 facings with damage tokens, or black dice, sorry, all but 2. On blue dice you have 4 facings of damage, 2 of crit, and 2 accuracy. And someone might be saying, well, that means blue dice can't roll a miss. Yeah, but crit, unless the ability says otherwise, and accuracy, unless ability says otherwise, or you engage your hero squadron as defense tokens, are useless against fighters. So yes, I have twice as many dice. Sorry, I forgot you can't put the dice back into their infant spawns. But I have lesser chance of actually hitting damage. I only have a 50% chance of rolling damage on this versus a 75% chance, 3/4 on this. So yeah, I have 2 dice, but each dice has a lower chance of rolling damage against fighters on a Y-wing squadron. There's also a second fact that squadron mass, in my experience, is actually proving more effective than squadron elite abilities. So basically I found massive TIE bombers do better than having these in. And on the Rebels this is even worse. I've found, for example, taking massive X-Wing squadrons, with the possible exception of Rogue Squadron because of the rogue rule it has, I will get into later, and because it's only one more point versus, say, taking Luke, Wedge, Biggs. Well, I've got Corrin here even though he's E-Wings because I want to know why he's a bloody E-Wing squadron. I mean, Luke is 20 points versus an X-Wing squadron's 13, Wedge is 19, Biggs is 19. Now they have some useful rules. For example, Luke, he attacks ships as if they have no shields. Okay, the problem is that means I need to put him with my bomber formations, not my fighter formations. He's an X-Wing. Which, okay, because the escort rule is actually okay. Wedge. He is actually meant to be very good at eliminating squadrons, but he gets 2 blue dice for his attack roll. He has 6 when he's attacking an activated squadron. So he's actually very good at drawing fire, having the squadrons attack him, being activated, and then killing them in response, if he lives for it. He's got 2 brace, so he could, but again, the problem is most squadrons use blue dice, so they get accuracy, which means they're actually more effective against hero squadrons than they are against standard squadrons. Which is why you basically have to pair him with Biggs, so you can shift that damage off him. Which means, to make these two work effectively, I'm spending 38 points. I could get 2 standard and rogue squadron, or 3 standard X-Wing squadrons for the same points. And that brings me to the third issue with squadron balance, is that without that rogue rule, I don't know why I'm saying that word today, rogue rule, squadrons may move or attack. They may not do both. Now, I found a few upgrades that you can put on MC-80 Assault or an MC-80 Command that allow me to cheat my way around that, which I'm not going to get into because you'll see them in the gameplay that's coming up. But yeah, so that's just sort of general gameplay. Now, onto the module itself. Oh yes, sorry, these are title cards. There is one thing I wanted to say about these. That's got the same symbol in each of them. Now, to tell what titles can apply to, you need to match them up to this. So, oh, you can see it's still blurry, unfortunately. So you've got these 3 that apply to either an MC-80 Assault or an MC-80 Command, because they're basically counted as the same ship. Likewise, they cannot apply because they don't have wings for battle cruisers or star cruisers. And you've got 3 different types for this. You can either have this one, which adds dice of any colour to your attack pool. This is part of that combination I mentioned about literally putting more firepower on an MC-80 Assault, because it's a flat extra dice of any colour to your attack pool. And you notice you can tailor that for your range. So if you're engaging at close range, you can actually make it add a black dice, even though there isn't one in the pool, because it just says add any colour, not one that's already in the attack pool. You've got the Independence, which is basically designed to go with a squadron-based loadout. There is, however, one problem with that, which I will just show you, because if I spawn in a Y-Wing squadron, this is unfortunately a side effect of the squadron scripting. Now, this scripting is mostly useful, but there is an unfortunate side effect. This says each squadron you activate using a squadron command dial may have its speed increased to 4 until the end of its activation. Squadrons that had their speed changed like that cannot activate its turn. Fine. Y-Wings have speed 3, so they will benefit from this. So, you click move. Now you'll notice there's an invisible wall here, so to benefit from that, what I would have to do is I would move it, I would then have to move it again. But the thing is, there's no invisible wall on the one, which is why I'm moving around, so you have to be fairly careful with this. I don't think there's a way the mod maker could fix this, and he's done well with scripting as is, but that is just a minor issue with it. And then you've got home one, which is another friendly ship that is attacking, it may change a dice to an accuracy icon, which is useful if you're firing at something that's got a lot of defensive tokens. Now, I think I mentioned this in gameplay, but I'm going to do it here just so I don't forget. There's a few little things you need to be aware of when using Star Wars scripting. So, first thing, I'll just move my Sword Cruiser over here. You've got the shields. So, you press that to activate. Sometimes that won't disappear, don't press it again. You change these with your numbers, so in the case of your Assault Cruiser it's 443. You move over, you just press the relevant number. You'll notice there's no 0 in there. That's because if you press 9, you go to no shields, because there's nothing that high. Don't ask me why it's done like that, I don't know enough about scripting to tell you. The C is due to the commands. You'll see in the chat box it just says commands there. What you do is, I just get 3 tiles. It's not something I do when playing, I just find it easier not to, because you then have to lock things together and so on. For God's... Don't ask me why it did it like that. You saw how I dropped them. That's on tabletop sim, not the module though. Put them on there. It'll tell you the order they're in, so you don't have to do the flipping and so on we did in the gameplay. You can just see 1, 2, 3 and go in that order and cycle as you need. But of course that means you then have to lock things in position and so on. For example, using that scripting appears to have locked my base. Now, once the base is locked, which doesn't happen until after the first turn and first movement normally, you move using this, which is how you're meant to move anyway. So, we'll move the MC80 command. Fortunately, they're staying in relative position. Now, you'll notice I've run over my ruler there, so what I have to do is just unclick there. Ah, no. Yeah, so I can click there, undo it. Click there. And done. So that's how you move your ships. I've shown you the fighters. I just need to show you one other issue. As I said, they don't lock until after their first movement. So if I find another Y-wing squadron for placement. Now there's something you need to be aware of. That is doing this. You'll notice, because that squadron isn't locked, that's going to happen. So if I move these back, move that back into position. What you really need to do is have the other player just lift those up while you're doing this, or use the rule on the other side. Or you can literally just click movement, click done, and that locks it, and voila. But yeah, just be aware that can happen. There's also the obstacles, which are here. Again, when you place them, go into here, go into toggle, go into lock. Hotkey is L, but just get them locked down and so on. Okay, I think that covers all the basics I want to go over the module. The rest should be shown in the gameplay that follows this. Hopefully it's somewhat entertaining, and I'm sure certain people, if this ever watch, will point out to the comments exactly everything I did wrong. So today, an expeditionary force from the Rebel Alliance, consisting of the MC-80 assault cruiser Defiance, under the command of Admiral Akbar, accompanied by Rogue Squadron, 3 X-Wing squadrons and 3 B-Wing squadrons, has encountered an Imperial patrol in deep space. The Defiance is a heavily outfitted MC-80 with an enhanced armament, an overload pulse addition to its ion cannon system, electronic countermeasures, advanced projectors, a fighter coordination team, and ADAR Talon. Facing them from the Empire is
a small strike team led by the interdictor ship the Interloper. Convenient name, I know. Commanded by Admiral Motti, outfitted only with an overload pulse. It is escorted by 2 Raider 2 class corvettes, the Sabertooth and the Prerogative, each equipped with high-capacity ion turbines. The hangars of the available ships are filled with 4 squadrons of TIE fighters and 3 squadrons of TIE bombers.
Very well, we've already determined the objective, that is superior positions. So, the first player, which in this case is the Empire, will have to deploy all their ships and squadrons before me. The special rule for this objective is any time an attack is made against the rear hull zone of a ship by another ship or squadron, if any damage was dealt, that player gains a victory point. Victory points are worth 15 points in this engagement.
Sounds good. Alright.
So, with all that out of the way, the Empire shall now deploy its forces.
Very well. Kind of nice not having to wait for turns, but, you know, whatever. Take what I can get. Interloper shall go there. Shield's already up. Start to wait. And it shall be flanked by its escort corvettes in this case. These be frigates or corvettes? I mean, the label is
literally
corvettes, but... Okay, yeah. Oh, right. And the speeds for these craft. The Interloper will be going at its max speed of 2, and the Sabertooth and the Prerogative will be going at speeds 3. Oh, thank you. And now time to sprinkle down some TIE fighters. Before anyone asks why I'm deploying them outside of the deployment zone, they deploy within 1 to 2 of a ship. Adam can explain that later. Not necessarily in the deployment zone.
Yeah. Yeah, so... You'll see on the base the small R is your distances 1 to 5. The large R is your close, medium and long for weapons. And you'll notice by the way those overlap, he actually is deploying all of them within 1 to 2 of a ship. Having said that, yeah, just about.
Alright. Shields up. Squadrons are down. Empire's deployed.
Well, the Defiance is at speed 2. Raising its shields, which are 443. Side note, the MC-80 Assault Cruiser is the most powerful and most expensive warship you can deploy as a Rebel Alliance, and I did heavily upgrade it. Right. So we're getting the standard X-Wings deployed first. Someone might be wondering why the B-Wings are in front of the X-Wings when one's a fighter, one's a bomber. Simple. If you look at the cards here, you'll notice B-Wing has a movement speed of 2, X-Wing has a movement speed of 3, so the X-Wings are faster. So to keep the formation going, better to have them like that.
Oh, you deployed then?
Yeah, I was just going for a few cards for people.
Very well.
Okay.
Very well.
So, first turn, the Empire is moving first. I just need to sort my command dials on my ship.
Indeed. I'll wait. I'm imagining that thing got 3, right?
3. Yep.
Of course.
Don't actually think there's a ship with more than 3.
I think
damn it, they're out of order.
Ouch. I won't look.
I don't need to swap them, I know what the order they should be in should be. I just gotta find it again. Or rearrange it again even. Okay, there we go. Right. Okay. We are ready to begin.
Very well. I shall activate the ship first. I will activate the Sharptooth. Sharptooth has command dial value of 1 and is using it for navigate. Shall use it immediately, accelerating up to speed 4.
Very well.
No, actually, I'm going to actually decelerate down into speed 2. Which will keep in touch with the interloper. So we don't
There you are.
run over some...
And that means you don't get any benefit from the yaw because you're already at 2.
Indeed. Thank you. Right. Activated. Here we go.
Put your TIE fighters facing the right way again.
Oh, thank you.
Have my rotation set at 90 still. Right. Oh yeah, so first command is navigate, which will be used to create a token. And then we are moving at speed 2. Since that was my only ship, the Empire may now move both its ships.
Splendid. Prerogative shall reveal the same command and do the same maneuver at speed 2.
I should point out to anyone watching, I knew those were navigates before we revealed them because the only way to change your ship's speed is with navigate commands or tokens, and he had no other way of getting them. So he had to give his one command dial over to navigate in order to be able to adjust the speed on the corvettes and not run them off the edge of the map.
Hey, it's handy otherwise.
This is why I have Tarkin as an Imperial commander most of the time.
Tarkin's pretty good. Marty's pretty good too in this situation.
Hang on, give me a second. I lift up those.
Thank you.
Yeah. A note, on the first turn you're going to have to do this because the ruler has collision and the script won't lock anything down in terms of ships and squadrons until after movement. Now,
Alright, so...
if you just undo that a second so I can just double check where everything was. Okay, I'm just going to lift up the 2 bombers, but I think the ties are fine.
Alright, checking. Now they moved a bit.
Yeah. Okay, well
Maybe...
I'll move them in a second, I can get them. I don't have to use touch movement because they haven't locked yet.
What?
Put those there. Now what I'm doing here is basically if you run over a squadron, the opposing player gets to move them to anywhere within base contact with the original with the moving ship that ran them over even, which I've now done. So the interloper may now move.
The interloper shall reveal its first command.
I should also point out, technically speaking, we should be firing first, but we know for a fact that turn 1 nothing is in range, so we're just skipping that.
It's a darn shame. You think there's anything with range in turn 1?
Well, given that they haven't added anything beyond red dice, it is literally impossible.
It's a concentrate fire command dial, and since there's nothing in range, I'm just going to spend that immediately for a token, and then move forward at speed 2. More TIE fighters. Huzzah. Yeah, I'm just going out of the way. I know they're going to be able to run over. You may move them wherever you wish.
Yeah, there we go, get run over so they can go. And when you're doing this, you may need to rotate. In fact, that was the attack range anyway, because ties for some reason are backwards. But yeah, when doing this, make sure you don't put the move command under the base of the ships. Okay, squadron phase. So the first player may now move 2 squadrons, in this case the Empire.
Alright.
And you'll notice that there's an invisible wall here preventing him going beyond his speed. So you don't have to gauge that manually, unless you're going under your max speed.
It's very handy, isn't it? Alright, that's my 2 squadrons. You go.
And you'll notice the toggles on the side to indicate they've been activated. Sorry, I'm just... yeah, it was after that. Okay. I was just checking some commands. Now squadrons can either move or attack, they can't do both. You'll notice, since that is now in range, that is considered engaged. so it cannot actually move while engaged. There are some exceptions to this. For example, you'll notice, so if I bring up the TIE bombers, they have the heavy rule, which means they don't prevent engaged squadrons from attacking ships, so also within their attack range or moving. B-Wings, despite being a bomber, well, I'll rephrase that. B-Wings aren't a dedicated bomber. They have bomber, but they're a assault starfighter, so they don't have that problem. Y-Wings for the Rebellion do. Except Gold Squadron, because Gold Squadron is Gold Squadron.
It's Pont's name being named after a precious metal. Am I wrong in saying B-Wings are perhaps the most utilitarian strike craft in the game, but they're just too slow?
I want to do a proper comparison to a TIE Defender.
Oh yeah, right, TIE Defenders exist. Perhaps we should do that sometime.
Yeah. I think they've been made almost identical for balance purposes. Except the TIE Defender is faster. But I think only gets 1 dice for attacking ships versus B-Wings 2.
Oh, thank you. I was going to get that after I moved this one.
Okay, get going quicker. Technically speaking, that would be bad etiquette to advise, but we have an agreement with playing this game.
Yeah.
Same for when I was doing the shields earlier.
Still cannot believe how good this module is.
So you'll see those X-Wings have successfully engaged those TIEs. Now the X-Wings have, and that's Rogue Squadron, not the X-Wings, escort, which unfortunately the text is a bit blurred on this card, but basically if a squadron is engaged with one that has escort, it must attack a squadron with escort and not one without. So if he has TIE fighters in range of an X-Wing squadron or a B-Wing squadron, he must attack the X-Wings. If it's 2 X-Wing squadrons, he can choose between.
Right.
Hang on. I've moved an odd number, so I've still got 1 to move. There you go.
Right, final move.
Now you'll notice what he's trying to do is get his bombers into intercept position, because you have to be in range when the opposing ship moves into you in order to attack them in the squadron phase. Unless you have squadron commands and activate first. But we'll get to that later. And then of course there's Rogue Squadron, which has the rogue rule, which means it can attack and move in the same phase. But it's our range, so it's not doing that for now. Okay, so that turn's been completed. You would now go to the refresh phase, but there's nothing to refresh, so we just advance the turn counter and flip the initiative indicator. You'll notice matches up with the toggle on the fighters. Command dials need to be swapped, so you take away the one you used and you put the next one from your pile on. Well, we do in the case of the MC-80 and the Interdictor. It doesn't actually matter for the Corvettes because they only have 1 command dial. Yeah, that is the right way around.
Turn 2.
Okay, so the Empire is the first player, so he activates the ship first.
Alright, I shall activate. Alright, time to begin. Let's see. I think I'll activate the Prerogative first. Prerogative will use its Navigate dial and proceed to advance its speed up to 3. However, is anything within range first? If this thing had any long-range guns for strike craft, that'd be a yes.
Blue and black, so no.
Right, very well.
I said that I haven't seen anything with red guns for anti-fighter.
I think I've seen one. Can't remember what it was though. But well. Moving ahead at speed 3 with 1 extra yaw.
This is a bold move.
I believe this will be overlapping a few things. Oh, just the one time first.
So if you, yeah, so
Not the
if you
worst thing in
undo,
the world.
I will. Now, because of scripting, after the first turn you have to use the move command to get these out of the way. We will in fact put them here. There we go. So, the prerogative has moved. The Defiance shall activate. Range check. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That Corvette is in range of my left side. So, this is a setup I've been experimenting with. I previously used the MC-80 Command Cruiser, but I've just discovered the Assault Cruiser is actually more suited to it, is what I was trying to say. So, long range, red dice only, we get 4 red by default on an Assault Cruiser. We get an extra red from the enhanced armaments, and I shall activate Admiral Akbar's ability by electing to only fire from my left and right sides. I gain an extra 2 red dice. So we are up to 7 red dice. That ship is already activated, so the ability of the Defiance title also activates, means I now get 8 red dice to shoot at it with.
I think that's the largest combined dice pool I've ever seen in this game. Oh dear.
Now, just want to double check something. Now, fortunately for him, I'm only firing red dice. That means, and I'm an idiot. Right, I'm not using it yet because I'm firing first, but the command token is Squadron, which I'll demonstrate after I've shot him. And after the ship is activated, which is why I technically should use it first, but never mind, we will continue. Anyway, so we're going to fire with those red dice. Fortunately for him, he's outside range of blue, so my overload pulse is not going to apply here. Not that it really matters at this point. So what do we have? We have 2 blanks, a single accuracy, a total of 4 damage and 2 crit rolls. So the first accuracy I will use to negate one of your evades. Well, the accuracy I should say will negate an evade.
Very well. This is the prerogative being shown. Okay, I will use the other evade and exhaust that to ignore this die right here.
Okay, and let me move the ones that aren't applying out the way. Okay.
All right.
That leaves 4 damage, including critical hit.
Alright. I shall brace.
And takes it down to 2.
And just tank it on the front shield as much as I don't want to.
So, not the most effective broadside. I mean, it was at long range, but the second accuracy in one place of one of those blank dice, well, in fact, actually, if those blank dice had been accuracies, he'd have been outright dead from that.
That would have been a kill. Yep.
And that is the beauty of this setup as I've designed it, or put effort into designing. I'm sure people have come up with it before me. Basically, even with Motti, there are frigates you can outright kill with that broadside, especially if you can do it at medium range. You get your blue dice and the overload pulse into effect. Okay, so the Defiant shall now move.
Hold on.
What?
Before it moves, it has a squadron order. Does it not?
Hang on. Yeah, but technically I'm activating the ship, so I have to fire and move. I should have activated that before firing, but because the ship's activated, it still has to move before the command can be resolved. I believe.
I believe the ruling is that when the command goes off, you then activate it. In the case of squadrons, it has to be done before it moves, because I think there's an upgrade that allows you to do it after you move. I'm not entirely sure.
Right. Yeah, but I probably should have done that before I fired then.
Well, yeah, generally, but before you move at least.
Right, fine. Okay, so squadron value is 3, and it's close to medium range, which is all but this one X-Wing squadron over here at the end. So we shall first go with Rogue Squadron, who are going to move and then attack because they have the Rogue rule. So they're going to move to here. They're going to attack this TIE Fighter squadron. Rogue Squadron of X-Wings, so they get 4 blue dice. Rolling. They do 1 damage. Because against squadrons, unless you have a rule that says otherwise, only damage tokens matter. Right. Oh yeah, I can't activate that one. Right. This B-Wing squadron here is going to activate, and they're going to attack those TIE fighters. They
Bring
are
it on.
B-Wings, so they get 3 blue. Free damage.
Oh!
Outright kill.
Okay, dang. These ones, right?
Yep.
Just making sure. Don't want to delete the wrong one by accident.
Right, then this X-Wing squadron will be the third one activating, and it will attack these TIE fighters.
Very well.
And I'll flip this token to indicate which one it is. 4 blue dice. 4 damage.
3, that's an interesting
Yeah.
number. But yeah, that's another kill. Damn.
Sorry, I almost said 4, but then remembered the crits don't count. So, now, hang on. That means Aiden Talon. Effect activates. After I resolve a command, exhaust that card to toggle the activation slider of one squadron activated by the command.
Rogue Squadron?
It will be, yes.
Right.
So they go back to toggle, so they can be activated again in the squadron phase of this turn. Now, the Defiance moves. So there, it's moved. Now, that the fighter coordination team might apply. After you execute a maneuver, you may select a number of unengaged friendly squadrons up to your squadron value at close to medium range. Those squadrons may move up to distance 1. So first we check the range. So any except these 2 that aren't engaged. Up to 3 squadrons may move, not counting the activated B-Wings here. So, they're not engaged. They can move. Bear in mind this does not count as activation. And they can move distance 1, so that inner circle. So they can move there. These X-Wings can move distance 1. They can move there. And these B-Wings can move distance 1. They can move there.
Okay, that was impressive. Alright. Huh. Yeah, I think that Corvette's going to go down soon, isn't it?
I'm not expecting much survival. I mean, your ties get what? 3 blue?
4, actually. Well, no, yeah, 3.
So they literally cannot kill anything this turn.
That's correct.
Very well. So the Empire now activates its remaining 2 ships.
Very well. Sharptooth shall use its navigate command and go up to speed 3. I'm going to use the other one.
Yeah, the ruler you want to use is the one basically on the inside of your turn if you're making one to avoid overlap.
Hold on.
You don't have a red, do you? No.
No, I don't. It's doing that weird... Okay, there we go.
Alright.
Yeah, nothing's in range. Shoot.
Yeah, so to everyone watching, you're not seeing it on my screen, but basically his targeting radius wasn't lining up properly.
Does it every now and then. No big deal. Alright, 1 extra yaw.
Trying to determine if he's going to ram my ship now. He's not rammed it, but that is probably the worst possible position you could put that ship versus mine.
Not necessarily. I get first move. Go behind you. I would hope.
Yeah, and where's your interdictor going?
Into the strike craft. First things first. Would you say that that B-Wing Squadron and Rogue Squadron are in range of medium guns?
Just about.
Very well.
What do you get? 2 blue for that? No, 1 blue for an Interdictor. Yeah,
Uh,
1 blue for combat refit Interdictor, because the black is out of range.
On second thought, the 4 guns are just going to hit the left hull of the Defiance.
What do you get there? 2 red?
1 red. Obstructed.
Oh yes, because you put your own ship in the way.
No, it's not the ship, actually. It's... Well,
Oh no,
that
there's
too.
asteroids. I forgot about them.
Alright, so that's 1 red. My annoyance. 1 damage.
I shall activate redirect. Put it on the far side.
Advanced protectors?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, assault cruisers, they trade their support slot for a second defensive upgrade slot.
Oh, shoot. Should have pointed out. Interloper's command, by the way, for this phase was repair. I'm just going to get a token with that.
Yeah. Yes, I should warn people we're not very good with our command token memorization here.
It's not that we forget about them, it's that we forget about them when we're supposed to do them.
Right. So, the interloper now moves.
Indeed, at speed 2.
He's
Yes.
not rammed the asteroids, which is good, and he's actually not run over any squadrons.
What is this? Alright, sure, alright, I can take that.
He has, however, put his nose in attack range of an X-Wing and a B-Wing squadron.
That's correct.
Because these B-Wings couldn't hit your Corvette, they were out of range.
I'll deal with it. Whatever. I will
So-
make...
Okay, very well.
Right,
So, squadron phase.
Yep. The TIE fighters might as well get some licks in before they get shot down. These brave souls will attack Rogue Squadron.
And anyone who knows the expanded universe, aka Legends, is well aware this is commonly referred to as suicide. They
Oh, hey.
actually do 2 damage.
Not bad.
Rogue Squadron got sloppy.
And this TIE fighter squadron will shoot at this B-Wing squadron.
Well,
I believe you took down 2 already. No, the TIEs actually, I can do that. 2 damage.
2 damage. Very well. My turn. Rogue Squadron will activate first. They're targeting that TIE fighter squadron. Toggle them so I know it's them. 4 blue. Oh, for pity's sake. Three damage. So even if they weren't injured, that would be a kill.
Oh.
Next, these B-Wings will activate... In fact, actually... I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I will make it this X-Wing squadron and target your TIE fighters.
Well, it does matter, actually.
Well, not really. You can't move the ships, and after this squadron's already...
No,
Doesn't matter
But
which
these-
order I do this in.
it does, actually. These guys are technically engaged. They can't shoot the ship until these guys go down.
Oh yeah, they're TIE fighters, not bombers. So those X-Wings are attacking those TIE fighters. Yeah, I forgot they were TIE fighters, not bombers.
Oh!
3 damage.
Alright, well, you don't have to worry about it anyway.
No, I'm actually getting decent rolls with my X-Wings this time. It's not an entire game of 1 damage per shot.
I don't think you've lost a single squadron in all this yet. That's impressive. Alright. Shoot.
Okay.
I go.
This is the first game where Rebellion fighters actually win their engagements.
Alright, here we go.
Well, these B-Wings are going to target the forward shields on the Interloper,
Fair enough.
which is a blue and a black for a B-Wing, I believe. Yes, 1 blue, 1 black.
I forgot about that. And they had the bomber rule, right?
Yep. So
Nice.
I count crits as well. 1 damage and accuracy. So that will... In fact, you've exhausted the tokens already, but I'm going to prevent you using brace anyway, so you can't discard it. In fact, hang on, no, ignore that. I'm targeting the interloper.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm going to prevent you using your redirect.
Alright, fine. I'll just tank it on the front.
Next will be these B-wings targeting the prerogative. One damage.
Well, that's just going straight onto the hull. Can't really do anything about that. So, prerogative, you say, yeah?
Yep. I believe you have 1 more squadron that moves.
Indeed. Alright. Everything else is up to you.
Last X-Wing squadron is attacking the front of the prerogative. There's 1 red for an X-Wing. One damage.
Prerogative's taking some hits.
For reference, although the base is 4 on the prerogative, because of Motti it's actually 5 this game.
Indeed. Right.
Okay, refresh phase.
Yep. Refresh. And turn 3. Okay. Now, I am still first player, so the Sharp Tooth shall be moving out of the kill zone after shooting at some fighters. Alright.
So you're firing your left guns, are you?
I'm firing the right
guns even, sorry.
Right.
Which
right
is
guns?
1 blue and a black against Rogue Squadron, 1 blue against each of the B-Wings in range.
Ah, you say that, but it's actually 2 blues. The high capacity ion turbines, I believe, apply to this as well.
No, battery armaments for your left and right.
Right. Yep, never mind.
Not anti-fighter.
So, as printed then. As printed. Let's do Rogue Squadron first.
If that applied, how many times have I played it with Akbar? Do you think you would have found that out by now?
I don't know. You always get something else
1
usually.
damage. Yeah, but the phrasing is the same rule as Akbar's.
Right.
In the text. It basically says the same thing.
Alright. These guys.
Okay.
Nothing. And the last squadron. Nothing. Of course.
Anyone sorry.
Go on.
Yeah. Anyone wondering why blue seems to be so prevalent on squadrons? Hero squadrons basically get defensive tokens, so those accuracies aren't completely worthless if you're fighting them.
Oh, that makes sense actually, now to mention it. Anyway, Sharp Tooth, after firing everything... Oh, no, not everything. It's going to fire its front guns at the Defiance because it may as well while it's there.
3 blue and a black. Oh,
Let's see it happen.
I didn't refresh my exhausted officer.
Ooh. Ooh.
1 second, let me come look at those dice. I forgot to do the command token switch around.
Of course.
Just get those sorted and then I will look at the dice. 5 damage overall, including critical hits. Now, first off, we're going to brace that so it takes it down to 3 due to rounding. Then we will use a redirect. Now, let me just reread advanced projectors. Yes, I don't... Okay. So I'm going to send of the 3 damage, we're going to send 1 to the front, 1 to the side, and 1 to the rear.
Nice.
Resulting in no damage on that left-hand side.
Keeping that very strong over there, the shield. Anyway, Sharp Tooth is now at speed 4. It's done its shooting. Let me click. There we go. Speed 4. And it shall now maneuver. With 1 extra yaw.
Speed 4, did you just say?
Yes. Oh no. Oh, come on!
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Also, I would just like to point out, that's not obstructed.
No, it isn't. Shoot. Alright.
Do you want to reconsider your movement before you finalise?
Well, I don't have any navigate tokens, so it's going at speed 4.
Yeah, but you can do your yaw a bit.
Oh, okay, let's see.
Oh no, that what? Oh yeah, you don't have a yaw on that base one. So actually, what I was thinking of might not work. Because to do it, you would have needed 2 on the base, but you can only have 1.
That be any better? No, that's worse. That's worse.
Yeah, no, I was thinking if you could have 1 extra yaw on the base, you could stay in the rear hull zone, but you can't because you can only add 1 to it, and it's got 0 base.
Right, so that's not gonna work. Okay. Hey, alright. So... yeah, this may as well be the best bet here. Oh, dang it. Wrong one. With any luck, it will survive. Oh, it's still in close range. No, it's probably dead.
Right. My activation. Repair command. Oh, no, sorry, those were exhausted, my mistake. So that gives me a total of 4 engineering points, which, if you look at this handy card here, you'll notice allows me to recover 2 shield by spending 2 points per point of shield. So I shall recover 1 on this side and 1 on the rear. Now, firing. First, we'll elect to use Akbar's ability, so I may only attack from my left and right side. That means we're targeting the Sharptooth on its rear with my right hand side at close range.
I believe that is a...
Let's see. 1, 2, and that's activated, so I get the Defiance bonus. It's 8 red, 2 blue. Which I think is about as deadly as you can get with any attack in this, excluding a version that uses black dice that I might be able to put together with an ISD 1.
Possibly. Yeah.
So, what have we got? We got blue crit. Overload pulse activates.
Oh, right. That's the poured one. Right.
And the accuracy means I'm not going to let you discard your brace to use it anyway.
Good. Right.
There's also a red accuracy, which is irrelevant, because I've overload pulse and he's only got 1 that matters at close range. So we have 1, 2, 3, 5 damage, including a critical hit.
Are you telling me it might live?
It might. How much damage? Hang on. You've taken 2, you take 2 to the shield, you take 3 damage.
That's prerogative. The saber-tooth's fine. Sharptooth.
Okay, so you're taking 5 damage. So 2 go on your shield immediately. You take 3, and the first one dealt face up.
Target disruption. While attacking, you cannot resolve critical effects. Whatever.
It's going to live.
How about that? All right.
I mean, even if that was the extra damage, Motty means it would have lived, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Oh, yeah, I ended up over there. Right. I need the same number of dice, but now I'm now shooting at the forward shield of the interloper.
Oh,
again, at close range, unobstructed.
Right. Before you do that, however, you do get a victory point.
Oh, yes, that was a rear hull. I completely forgot about that. I was just going for blow up all your ships in all honesty.
Oh, I mean, that's a victory condition.
With this engagement. Right, blue crit. Overload pulse is applied.
So
I think that one's...
exhausted.
Hang on. And, yeah, I've got... Yeah, they were only exhausted for that attack, I think you'll find. Hang on.
Oh, really? No.
No, it is exhausted. Permanent, yeah. Now, hang on, we've got 2 accuracy. Hang on. Would you say that this dice is cocked?
I would, but either result would be a 1 damage, so whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so... Now, 2 accuracies. So we will negate your brace and redirect. You can't discard them.
No.
Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. You can't brace or redirect it. So you can use 2 to the front shield and then 6 to your hull.
Ugh. However, at the very least, I will
But no
spend...
criticals. Yeah.
Yeah, I will spend both contains to negate any critical damages. So that's just straight up 6 damage.
6
No,
to
wait.
your hull, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Interdictor, I believe, is a medium ship. So it, in actuality, has 11 health at the moment.
Ow.
Now, we're not quite done yet. And now we have to move. I shall spend my navigate token to go down to speed 1. Wrong side. I'm probably going to run over your fighters here.
Fair enough. That's what they were there for. Sweet.
Hang on. I've got to move that to the other side.
Alright.
I'm running over just those two. That one there is fine.
I'll put them over here.
Right. Now the effect of my fighter coordination team activates. I can move any up to 3 squadrons that aren't engaged within close to medium range distance 1. So that's just Rogue Squadron.
Alright.
I can move that distance 1.
Clever.
I mean,
Very
it's technically intersecting the base of the 2nd Squadron. Would you say that counts as engaged?
I would. I would, you clever man. Alright. Oh!
Now
that's just-
your remaining ships, sir.
Oh, that's just dastardly, man. Okay, okay. Right, the Interloper. Yes, the Interloper. Took a few hits there, but whatever. Concentrate Fire is now the current command. Good for me. Would you please collect your dice? I will be shooting.
Oh yes, sorry, I forgot they were all still over there. That's the problem with this many dice, it's a bit of clean-up required.
Every now and then. Come on, line up. There we go. Oh, come on.
Now, let me see. What do you have that side? 2 red, 2 blue? I mean, that I would say is obstructed, but you could fire at the... Oh no, the base is in the way, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
I
can
had to
fire at the
fire-
side with 1
This one.
red.
The problem is that one's at... Yeah. Ah, come on. Okay, okay.
I mean, you do get full anti-fighter armament. On the
Yeah.
forward arc against 4 squadrons.
I'll use 1 red die to target that hull facing, I guess. Well, may as well, right? 1 damage.
I'll redirect that to the front shields.
Of course you will. And yeah, the front guns are going to be firing at a whole bunch of stuff, with the concentrate fire token being activated for that.
Let me guess, 2 black, 1 blue?
Yes. So we'll begin with closest to. What's the closest squadron? This B-Wing squadron. Three damage. Alright. Next, Rogue Squadron. Might as well see if my luck
Which is
holds.
a dangerous one, because you can actually kill them.
Yes!
And Rogue Squadron is dead, which means his bombers are no longer engaged.
And the extended universe no longer matters. What other lore can we break? Let's see. This
You
B-Wing
literally
squadron.
can't kill those B-Wings. You can damage them, but you're not going to kill them.
Damage them is going to be fine enough for my purposes. 1 damage. Never mind. This X-Wing squadron.
That's... yeah.
Two damage. Alright, and now this X-Wing squadron. And this one, I believe that would count.
Yeah, 1 blue on each.
Alright, so it's just 1 blue. 1 damage on the close. That one, yeah, and the next one, 1 damage. Right. Rather eventful firing.
And you're moving at speed 2.
That's correct. I might regret this. Those B-wings, I believe, are getting clipped.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright. And the last ship, the Prerogative, will continue the barrage of anti-squadron fire. Forward-facing guns, 1 black, 1 blue. On every squadron in the front arc.
Yep. Right. Roll.
Right.
You might kill one of them.
Closest 2.
1 damage.
1 damage.
Okay.
Next. 2. Next. 1 damage. 1 more.
Yep.
1 damage.
And your right side anti-fighter?
Oh yeah, might as well fire 2 at the other 2 X-Wing squadrons. Alright. Two damage on the closest 2. One damage on the last one.
Okay. Now, this will be interesting.
Yes, it has a navigate token. Sorry, navigate
Come on.
dial, and shall be going at speed 4 as well. 1
Going
extra
up.
yaw. Yeah. Speed
Interesting.
demon, let's go. Can I make the turn? Not that far. Can I make the turn? Let's try this. Aha!
Just.
Hold on, no, I wanna get even closer. Let's try it. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yes. Alright. That'll have to do for now.
Well, squadron phase. You activate first.
Yes, these 2 bombers are no longer tied up, so they'll fire at the rear of the Defiance.
1 black. So just roll 2 black dice.
Might if I roll them both at the same time?
Since it's the same target, it doesn't make any difference. 1
Aw,
damage.
your time to shine, bombers, and you let me down.
Right. Let's see who we've got to work with. The 2 B-wings will attack the rear of the interloper.
Alright, very well. Go for it.
So that's 2 blue, 2 black. Since it's the same target, I might as well roll them all at the same time.
Indeed. Those, okay. Oh dear.
4 damage and accuracy. Where's the interlopers? Yeah, so you're not I'm not letting you use that brace.
Very well. I will use redirect. Nah, actually, no, I'm not going to.
You know, yeah, you can redirect 2 damage if you want. But you're still
how
going
do
to take. I mean, you wouldn't take any whole damage, so that those crits wouldn't apply if you redirected 2.
That's true. Though I
You
would
lose the token
that.
permanently.
Yeah. I'm going to. I don't want to, but I'm going to have to tank that.
Very well.
So that
victory
is
token.
damage. One of them being crit.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, you hang on. Where it says inflicted 1 damage, does that mean it just has to deal damage to the shields as well?
No, damage is hull damage, I believe.
Right. Okay. So you did suffer whole damage, yeah.
First one is a crit, though, yeah?
Just I was making sure I added a victory token.
Crew shaken. Before revealing your command dial, discard with no effect or reveal it, but take 1 damage. Ah. That one hurts. And then one more.
Taking 8 damage total. You have 3 hit points left.
Not looking good for the Empire. Right, these TIE bombers may as well... No, they're going to move in front of
Very well.
Defiance.
No point firing one dice at the shield.
Yeah, it's not going to do much.
Well, oh hang on, I didn't do the toggles on my B-wings. Right, this X-Wing squadron will attack the rear of the Interloper.
Very well.
Which is 1 red. Dice. Oh, they're my dice, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they
are. 2 damage!
Ow! Ow, okay.
And you can't redirect because your shields are gone, so... You can brace it.
I believe I... Hold on. I believe I can redirect, because there are adjacent hull zones that have shields remaining.
Right.
So I will redirect this one.
So you're redirecting that 2 damage.
I'll put it on the right.
Very well.
That's a good roll.
This B-Wing squadron shall move over here. And you have no squadrons left, do you?
That's correct.
Will they fit there? Oh.
I'd say that, yeah. Okay, I think this might just be a problem on hitboxing for...
There. Done.
Okay. Alright. Wish this was the last game. That went so well for me.
Actually, they are going to go over here.
Ah. I'm gonna try and jump this sharp tooth.
Okay.
Bold move, considering how mobile that thing is.
Yeah, but I'm thinking you're probably going to have to try and turn.
Yeah.
The refresh phase.
Indeed. Turn 4. Thankfully, I still get to go first.
For which ship are you using?
Oh dear. I wanted to use the Interloper first, but it's just dawning upon me. I'm going to ram the Prerogative.
Yeah, you have to move one of the Corvettes because you go ram it otherwise.
Alright. The Prerogative might as well get first shots off. Prerogative will reveal its navigate command dial.
The Prerogative. Hang on. Oh yeah, that was the same Zeus that took that crit. So yeah, okay.
And... Oh my... I just realized, you locked the Sharp Tooth at its max speed unless it takes damage, didn't you?
Yeah, you can't use this command dial.
Oh, that is devious. Alright.
I mean, technically that wasn't intentional because it was a critical effect.
Oh yeah.
So you either have to take damage. Hang on, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you have 2 health left on the Sharp Tooth, so you can do it once.
Thank you, Marty. But yeah, Prerogative front guns, 3 blues, 1 black, targeting rear of the Defiance.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, not bad.
3 damage in accuracy. What am I not allowed to use?
I guess out of spite I won't let you use the brace.
Well, I'll use a redirect. Put 2 damage on this shield and 1 damage on the front.
Very well. Let's see, anything else in range? I'm going to shoot the back guns at the X-Wing squadron.
Blue and a black.
Oh, no, thank you. 1 damage. Right,
Okay.
with that...
You've now got to move without ramming me.
Move without ramming you, maybe. Move while ramming you, perhaps. Thing's not going to survive another volley, I don't think. Well, it might. Let's see.
Are you changing your speed, by the way?
Speed shall remain at 4.
Okay.
If I'm going to be within your... Yeah, if I'm going to be within your range, I might as well be as far away as possible. We'll use that yaw. Oh no, I can't
You
use
can't
that yaw.
without changing your speed. We went through this.
And that's a very unfortunately worded rule. Then...
I mean,
No.
if you're going to move, you probably don't want your back facing me either.
No. Okay. I'm going to proceed to do the bad idea. If I am somehow not overlapping you during this, I'm going to be amazed.
You can't turn there.
What do you mean?
You've turned the bottom one. You can't do that.
Oh,
Unless
you're
that's
right.
a mistake on the...
No, you're right.
That is correct. It matches the card.
Wait, speed 4. No,
Yeah, you don't get a yaw unless you're using that token, which means you'd have to go speed 3.
There's habit. Anyway. Yes, I'm overlapping. And no matter how much I slow it down, I'm just going to be ramming you.
So, both ships take a damage.
Yeah, it's moved down to the minimum of 1, but both are still taking damage. And you get to move that type bomber squad.
Which type? That one?
Yeah.
At the front?
No, that one. Sorry.
Alright. Move. It's got to go in whole contact with you, hasn't it?
Yep. Alright.
Nice.
Okay, we did some damage. Yep, here we go.
Right. Command dial, navigate. Now, let's just take a look at weapons.
Oh, come on.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I can still shoot at you with sight guns.
Go ahead and fire, you freaking squid.
It's only 7. It's only 7 dice. Red dice. I don't get the activated bonus.
And this is not
I
going
am,
my
of
way.
course, as you may have gathered, using Akbar's ability, so I can't use my rear guns this turn. Actually, yeah. Okay, rolling. What have we got? Blue crit. Brace is exhausted.
Oh joy.
Accuracy, brace can't be used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, 8 damage. I think that's just dead.
So
Kill
yeah,
the
that's
shield and you have
8.
3 hit points. You're dead.
Dang. Right, the interloper goes down. Just going to unlock that since we've learned how scoring works. Just gonna put that over here.
Well, you've got the cards for that, haven't you?
Yeah, but
That's why Rose Squadron's been flipped upside down.
alright. I guess I can do that too.
Get my dice back. Right, since I can't fire the rear guns, I'm now moving on to movement. I'm using my navigate command to go up to speed 2 and gain an extra yaw.
Alright.
Okay, so it's overlapping those bombers, so you'll need to move them.
No, screw it. I'm going to try and get some damage in. I'm probably not going to win this game.
You can't do more than one. Oh no, yeah, bomber crit would count, yeah.
Oh, no, that was...
So you can do a double damage.
I'm going to attempt to out of spite. I'm fairly certain I can't win at this point. I just don't have the firepower.
Right. Your remaining ship, sir.
Right.
Or your remaining ship, I should say.
Yeah, the Sharp Tooth. Who is still moving at speed 4, and I will discard the maneuver dial.
Okay. I mean, good news for you. I mean, side effect of that is I did not expect to be able to do that, so those 3 squadrons aren't doing anything. Anyone wondering why I didn't use my squadron ability? Nothing's in range. I already knew that.
Oh dear, this is going to be a tight fit, isn't it? Well, before it moves over there, it may as well shoot at everything in its range. This X-wing, right guns are firing. X-wing squadron is going to be targeted first.
One blue, one black.
Two damage.
I believe. Can you tell me if... Yeah, that is 2, so that's killed.
And now one blue on the remaining 3.
Hang on. Let me just move the X-wing squadron so it's counted as dead.
Alright.
Okay.
X-wings.
Hang on. Yeah, oh, the left side, yeah.
Yep.
1, yep. So they're dead as well.
Time for the B-wings right next to them. When you're ready.
Okay.
Alright. 1 damage.
Hang on. Just tie those up. Ah, you got them as well.
And the last B-wing squadron. This thing's top heavy or something?
It's because it was spawned in the air.
Right. Anyway. The last B-wing squadron.
Right.
Nothing.
We got some points on the board finally.
Finally. And now it moves. Alright, I can make the turn before I go completely off, so that's good.
Very well. Squadron phase.
Indeed. I have some squadrons. How about that? Can we do an inverted... No, can we do an inverted rebellion maneuver where a small group of TIE fighter squadrons can take down the big baddie?
Before they all suffocate in deep space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since they have no hyperdrives.
Let spite fuel you, and hopefully somebody will come by and pick you up eventually. And these bombers shall shoot at the weakened shielding.
Very well.
Let's go! Just one.
I'm literally going to redirect that to the rear.
Of course. Alright. Here you go.
Right. They can't do anything.
Except tie up that bomber squadron.
You can go... Yeah, but the bomber squadron can't do anything. I'd be giving you a target.
True.
So I'm going to put them there. And the other B-wing squadron is going to attack the Sharptooth on its side.
There you go. Ooh.
3 damage and...
Okay, okay. I'll use brace to put that down.
2
to
damage,
2, I
lose your
guess.
shields.
Yeah. Ow.
Okay, your last squadron.
Yes.
Matt.
Yeah?
You've taken the shields on the wrong side.
Oh! Right, sorry.
B-wings.
I'm so used to the X-Wings being the saviors of the day. Right, right. There's not much they can do. They're not going to catch up to the Defiance in time. Let's see what happens. Right. You may now
X-wings are now engaging from the other side.
fire when ready. Think they were going to add a Death Star scenario in this?
Nothing. Very well. So, that's the end of the turn. refresh phase.
Turn 5. Alright. I'm thinking the game is over if you can take down the prerogative in one turn of shooting.
Well, you get first movement, and if you basically if you can keep it in my rear hull zone, I can't do that.
Alright. In that case, I will with the prerogative. It shall use its maneuver dial and keep going at speed 4. So it's not using its maneuver dial. I'll just get it maneuver token. Huzzah. But we'll be going at speed 4. Yes.
But hang on, how much health does it have left?
Not a lot.
Only 2. Actually, there's double damage on red, so it could still be killed from the rear guns. We will find out.
Indeed we will.
So, my dial is squadron. There's nothing. In fact, actually, are those B-wings aim? Nope, nothing in range, so it's irrelevant. So, I cannot use Akbar. There's nothing left and right.
Can use the Defiance title.
Yes, I get 1 extra dice, so I get 3 red or blue.
Alright.
That is medium range. But obviously it was that or was taking the sight guns, so you didn't really have a choice. Two damage and accuracy.
I'm going to use Brace and make it 1. Didn't even go through the shields. Huzzah. Oh wait,
Not go use the other evade?
wait, we're going to use the accuracy to negate Brace?
No, you negate the evade.
Oh, okay. In that case, I will just use Brace
Yeah.
and... Yep,
Alright.
so that's 1 damage. Was I reading that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. And then Sharptooth. Still locked at speed 4. It's not completely off the edge, so it is still in play. Close, though.
Oh, hang on, I didn't move my fucking
Oh, right. The big thing.
C2.
Right. Ah. Right. Squadrons.
Can't do anything.
Yeah, can't intercept, and they can't shoot anything, so go to turn 6, and that's basically it, isn't it?
Yeah, literally, the thing is you get first movement so you can just avoid it, but the only thing that could happen is my B-wings could engage your ties if you didn't move them.
That's correct. Alright.
Yeah, there's nothing further that can affect the end result of the game at this point. So we're going to call it here and do the scoring. Because nothing's in range to shoot each other in terms of capital ships. And he's not going to be stupid enough to move that sharp tooth first and come in range of the MC-80 before I have to move.
That's correct.
So, the total value of the points he's destroyed is 1 B-wing squadron and 2 X-wing squadrons. So it's
I don't
30
need...
plus 10, so 40 points.
Alright. Total combination of things he's destroyed. 4 squadrons of X-Wings, so that is...
Ties.
Ties, thank you. 32 points total. And then the Interloper, which is 93 points base. Then there's Overload, also makes 101. And then Moti.
No, Moti doesn't count. Unless I don't think he counts as being opposite of ship.
No, I thought he was. No. He's not an officer of the ship, but I believe he has to be assigned to a ship. That's a flagship. So that's 125 points.
Plus 30 from victory.
And that, yeah.
So clear victory for the rebellion in this engagement.
Yeah, the Prerogative and the Sharptooth will be leaving the palace to be captured and go on their ways.
Very well.
Alright, good
That
game.
has been resolved.